Hello guys, welcome to the podcast once again. We really appreciate your company right here. Thanks to everyone who keeps watching our videos, subscribing to our videos. Those of you who gives us thumbs up on our videos, we thank you for the feedback that you leave on the comment section. We are really appreciative of everything that you do just to show your support for us, and we thank you guys and we welcome you once again to watch this other video. Kindly subscribe to our channel if you've not. Share this video, like this video, leave us your comment in the feedback section, click on the notification bell so that you may know when we go live and when we upload new content. Please follow us on our social media platforms at The Hotcast on Facebook, at _The Hotcast on YouTube, www.thehotcast.blogspot.com. That is our blog. So today, President William Ruto has a complete cabinet after the 24 appointees took oath of office. The swearing-in ceremony was presided over by the head of state at State House, Nairobi. Felix Kosgei, who had been picked to replace Joseph Kino as head of public service, was the first to take the oath of office. Kosgei swearing in allowed him to take charge of administering the oath, calling the cabinet secretary appointees to the podium to swear their respective allegiances. Musalia Mudavadi was the first to take the oath, followed by the Attorney General Justin Muturi, and then Kithure Kindiki. Then other CSS appointees and the secretary to the cabinet, Mercy Wanjao, followed thereafter. Following their swearing-in, cabinet secretaries will now assume office with immediate effect, marking the end of an era of all CSS under President Uhuru Kenyatta, except for Simon Chelugui, the former Labour Minister, who has been retained as a CS for cooperative. And so President Ruto campaigned on a populist social class platform, promising to make ordinary people, dubbed as hustlers such as motorbike taxi riders and informal trader, part of his government. He also regularly pointed out the family wealth and perceived privileges upbringing of former President Uhuru Kenyatta and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, the key figures and rivals on his campaign, characterizing them as dynasties and out of touch with the common person. The former president is the son of the founding president Jomo Kenyatta, while Mr. Odinga's father, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, was the first vice president. But Dr. Ruto, in his second month in office, is already facing questions about his own poor credentials after a majority of his cabinet secretaries declared personal wealth going to hundreds of millions and billions of shillings. One of his least wealthy ministers is Zakaria Mwangi Njeru, who will take charge of the lands docket, has a net worth of 80 million shillings, which is about over 650,000, a little over $650,000. It puts him in the population of Kenya's top 1% by wealth. It takes one to have only $20,000 to break into the 1% club, according to the latest Nike Frank Wealth report. Mr. Njeru would not also feel out of place in Kenya's dollar millionaire club. The Africa Wealth Report 2022, released by research firm New World Wealth and Henley and Partners in April, indicated that Kenya had 8,500 individuals with a net worth of $1 million. So there are only 8,500 individuals in Kenya who have a net worth of over $1 million. And we've seen out of the 24, in fact, out of the 26 plus the president and his deputy, it's only one who is a little over $1 million, or a little under $1 million, and that is Zak Njeru. Most of President Ruto's ministers are also richer than the chief executives of the country's biggest companies, including the most profitable Safaricom. The former Safaricom former Safaricom CEO Bob Collymore, who died in 2019, indicated his net worth at 277 million, while former KCB Bank Joshua Igara disclosed that he was worth about $1.8 million in 2016. The declared net worth of the cabinet secretaries is described as the rich hustlers in a local newspaper headline also suggesting a link between money and politics, with those with public service or political backgrounds topping the rich list. Politics has emerged as one of the most rewarding careers in Kenya, with MPs entitled to fat salaries and benefits. Politicians are also known to accumulate wealth through influence peddling and government contracts. Musalia Mudavadi, who is a former minister, who is also a former vice president, former deputy prime minister, and a former MP, has been in politics for over 33 years. The other heavy hitters, Agriculture CS Mithika Linturi, who is worth $9.9 million, Defense CS Eden Duale worth $7 million, Trade CS Moses Kuria worth $6 million, and incoming AG Justin Muturi worth about $5.8 million have each been in politics in some capacity for many years. Although not a politician, Professor Njuguna Ndongo, who is taking charge of the treasury, also belongs to the rich club, having declared his net worth at about $7.3 million. He has had a stint at the Kenya Central Bank governor between 2007 and 2015. And so the president now has no excuse other than to work for the Kenyan people. And so we are looking, even as he read a Riot Act sounded a warning to the cabinet secretaries, telling them now it is time to work and time to sleep is over. So we are just waiting for the president and the cabinet to settle down, and then we see if they will meet at least 90% of the things that they promised in their first 100 days. So thank you so much. Kindly listen to the president's remarks during the swearing in ceremony of cabinet secretaries at State House.
Secretary of Kenya, do swear
serve the people and the Republic of Kenya
Secretary to the Cabinet, do swear that, except with the authority of the President, I will not directly or indirectly reveal the nature of contents of any business, proceedings, or document of the Cabinet committed to my secrecy, except as may be required for the due discharge of the duties as Secretary to the Cabinet. So help me God.
in the transformation of our country. Very much. Let me take this opportunity on my own behalf, the Deputy President and the Government of Kenya, to congratulate all our Cabinet Secretaries who've been appointed and sworn in this morning. To all of you, I have had the occasion to congratulate you personally, but let me also take this opportunity to congratulate each and every one of you for the honor to serve in the Cabinet of the Republic of Kenya. congratulations, and as I have said, I look forward to working with each and every one of you in the transformation of our country as we work together to implement and to execute the plan upon which we were elected by the people of Kenya. Again, to all of you and your families, congratulations. Pongezi. Pongezi sana. I want to say a couple of things, just by way of welcoming you to my team and my good deputy here, and to assure you that in the discharge of your duties in the various ministries that you will be serving, you will have my wholesome support. You will have my support because you have no option other than to succeed. Failure is not an option, good people. We have a country to look after. We have a plan to implement. And we have the people of Kenya watching us. So you will have my unqualified support so that you can succeed, because in your success is the success of our administration and the success of our country. So from day one, I want to promise you my support. And the second item I want to say is I have listened to you very carefully as you took your oaths of office. And there are three fundamental things that you have sworn to. Number one, you have sworn to the Constitution. You know very well that this is a country based on the rule of law. I expect each and every one of you, as I do of all public servants, to uphold the Constitution and the rule of law to be front and center in the administration of our government. That should be the guiding principle. The Constitution, all our laws, and making sure that our country is not run on the whims of individuals, but on the dictates of the Constitution. You have also sworn to serve the people. I didn't hear any one of you swear to serve their friends or their families or their regions or their religions. Each one of us here has sworn to serve the people of Kenya. That is the minimum expected of all of us. And you have sworn to advise the President, your appointing authority, as is required of you by the Constitution. I look forward to listening to you and your advice so that we can manage the affairs of our nation, because even though I stand here as President, I do not have the monopoly of all knowledge. I expect that you will enrich the plans, the thoughts, the programs, and the plan we have with your advice. The third thing I want to say is that by listening to you take your oath of office, let me repeat again, you have been appointed, and you have sworn that you have been appointed to the Cabinet of Kenya. I know there are regional persuasions, there are community persuasions. I haven't appointed any cabinet for any region or for any county. or for any community. I have appointed a cabinet of Kenya. I expect you to respect your oath of office and serve all Kenyans equally. I made the appointment. You've done the swearing. And I have heard you carefully. I was listening carefully. And you said that you are going to serve the people of Kenya and you have been appointed to the cabinet of Kenya. That equally means that though we have dockets that have been assigned to each one of you, I didn't hear anybody say they swear to be a cabinet secretary for a ministry. You said it will be a cabinet secretary of Kenya. That means that you should be as concerned in what happens in the next ministry as you are in your own ministry. And that underpins the principle of collective responsibility. I do not expect any one of you to say things are not going right in the next ministry. It is your business. If things are not going right in the next ministry, it is your business to look for your colleague, sit them down, and things must go right in your ministry and in the next ministry. Because the principle of collective responsibility is a principle that is understood. And it's a principle that has been practiced. And therefore, that will be my main. Because the principle of collective responsibility is a principle that is understood. And is a principle that has been practiced. And therefore, that will be my minimum expectation, that we will serve the people of Kenya equally, and we will make sure that everything goes right in the docket that you have and in the government of Kenya, because that is your forte. I wish also to say that you have sworn to serve the people of Kenya. The people of Kenya have elected their representatives. We have members of parliament, we have members of the Senate, who are the people's representatives. I expect that we are going to work together in a respectful manner with our elected leaders. As the people's representatives, because all Kenyans cannot come to your office. They cannot come to prosecute their agenda. They have elected representatives. And we must take them as the people's representatives and work with them in a respectful manner so that we can achieve the goals we have set up for ourselves. Additionally, we have agreed with the legislature that they will provide a platform for us, as members of the executive, to access the floor of the House so that we can explain our agenda. We can explain our programs. They can interrogate what we are doing. so that the people of Kenya can understand and make an input in every commitment we have made, every plan we have, and every program that we're going to run. So there will be an opportunity for you as members of the executive to interact much more robustly with Parliament so that we can not only have a platform for us to explain our programs and to seek the support of the legislature in our programs, but for the legislature also to oversight what we are doing, because they are doing it on behalf of the people of Kenya who elected them. So all of us must prepare ourselves, because my intention and that of my deputy is to run an open government, an accountable government. We have no gray areas, we have nothing to hide. We want to serve the people of Kenya in the context and manner that promotes accountability, promotes transparency, and makes sure that the people of Kenya understand what we are doing. And so, friends, I have the privilege of having worked with all of you. Maybe at not the same distance, but with all of you. So while I crafted this cabinet, I had to take into consideration many things, but I look forward to us serving the people of Kenya. Even as we make other appointments, we are going to make sure that we carry the whole country along, and we make sure that every person given a responsibility has the requisite understanding and knowledge so that we can be able to deliver to the people of Kenya. I have said this in front of your families, in front of your constituents, so that they also become my witnesses, and that they don't come to harass you in your offices to do things for them, so that they understand that you are serving the people of Kenya. And I am sure that I have their concurrence and understanding. I know sometimes we don't reflect on the oaths that we take. An oath is a very serious thing. And I really expect that we will take it seriously. I will conclude with a word from the Bible. James chapter 4, verses 17. And I want you to record it somewhere and put it on your desk. Because that part of the Bible says, he who knows what is right and doesn't do it, it is counted to him or her as sin. Good people, I have told you what is right. We have agreed what is right. So if you don't do it, you will not only miss heaven, but you will have a problem with me. So nataka niwaulize kwa unyenyekevu, please. We have an agenda for the whole country, and the people of Kenya are really expectant on the delivery of our plan, of our program, and on the transformation of our nation. Again, to you and your families, my congratulations, and I will support you in every way that I can. We will pray together so that God can help us to deliver on the agenda that we have. And I look forward to working with you in office, working with you in the field, and I will encourage you to travel to as many parts of Kenya as possible, even if for whatever reason you are called Tanga Tanga, but I think it will be necessary for each and every one of you to traverse Kenya so that you can better understand what Kenya looks like, what are the expectations of the people of Kenya, and so that we can craft the right responses and the right decisions for the people of Kenya. I am a very proud Kenyan this morning that now I have a team. For the last couple of weeks, my deputy and I have been struggling in offices late into the night. Now we have a team, and your celebrations will be very short-lived because I think you will be leaving your offices late. So the spouses, kidogo mtatuvumilia. Hawa watu pengine itabidi walale ofisini for the next couple of months until we have our plan in place. And I want to say again to the families, asanteni sana for supporting this team. And we promise you that you and the people of Kenya, we promise you to do our best. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki.
We will clear the stage.